Hello everybody and welcome. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to paint Orc Flesh. Now I've got a war boss here today and we're going to be focusing on the head for the painting of the Orc Flesh. Now I will be painting the rest of the model as I go along because it's during a Twitch stream and I intend to get the majority of this model finished today. But this YouTube tutorial will just be focusing on the flesh. I will be doing other ones later on focused on the other parts of the armour hopefully. And I hope you enjoy. Next I'm going to move on to Aurora Flash. Now this is to base coat all the Orc Flesh. So anywhere that's Orc Flesh, wait, you can see flesh, we're going to put this on. So we're going to get a bit on our palette, wash it down with a drop of water. And we'll get going. So that's his face, obviously, that's pretty fleshy. He's also got arms, and we also go do the grot on top. Now, we're going to apply 2 coats of this because, as you can possibly tell, it's a bit thin. So 2, possibly even 3 coats of this, just to build up a nice, strong colour. Which we don't really need because we're going to shade it later all over, which is going to fix that. So next, I'm going to mix some Orc Flesh with some contrast medium. Now, this is the only time I use contrast paint on any of my models. It's for Orc Flesh because it is simple, it is easy, and provides a decent result. So I'm just going to get some on my palette. Make sure you clean your brush thoroughly for this next bit. Alternatively, you could do the contrast medium first like I would normally do, but as I'm trying to show off, I'm being an idiot. There we go, it's cleanish. Get some contrast medium as well. You should still shake just in case it does settle. You shouldn't really because it's just medium. So we're going to go roughly 50-50 with this. Mix it together well. I'm using the shade brush here, and we're just going to put this all over all that orky skin. Got a bit too much on there. Just let it settle into all the recesses. A bit closer to the camera. This is quite a messy step, but it will give off a good result. Or it should do, hopefully. It will do, I've used it plenty of times. So I'm going to switch back to Aurora Flesh now, and I'm going to use this to highlight the skin. So with a little bit of on our palette, we're just going to highlight the raised areas of this boy. Boss. It's just going to brighten up painting we've already done. It's going to define those recesses even more that have been filled with the contrast. There we go. Now that we've done a couple layers of that Aurora Flesh back to build up the colour, we can move on to Ochre and Camo to highlight. I'm going to be using a brand new small layer brush for this because it's got to find a point on it. Up next, we're going to be using Ochre Camo. Now we're going to use this to highlight any of the green areas. Now I've already got some on my palette here because I was a bit ahead of myself. I'm going to thin it down with a bunch of water this time because we want it nice and thin so it goes on easily, but not too thin that it will run. And then we're just going to highlight some of the more prominent edges. his brow line and his cheeks. You're allowed to make mistakes here, like I just did. This isn't a try-hard painting stream. I'm like, oh, you have to do this for it to look good. And it has to be perfect. You're allowed to make mistakes. So there we go. Now that Aurora Flash is done, let the camera focus. It's added a nice highlight to that orkiness. Look at him. Gonna crump you good.